Plato's allegory of the cave is one of the most profound metaphors in Western philosophy. Presented in Book 7 of his work, The Republic, this allegory illustrates Plato's theory of forms, the nature of human perception, and the philosopher's journey towards knowledge and enlightenment. The allegory is set in a dark cave, symbolizing the realm of ignorance where humans are confined by their limited understanding of reality. Imagine prisoners who have been chained inside a dark cave since birth. They are bound in such a way that they can only see the wall in front of them. Behind them, there is a fire, and between the fire and the prisoners is a parapet along which puppeteers can walk. These puppeteers, who are behind a wall, cast shadows on the cave wall by holding up objects in front of the fire. The prisoners, unable to see these objects directly, perceive only the shadows cast on the wall. For the prisoners, the shadows on the wall constitute their entire reality. They have no knowledge of the objects casting the shadows or the fire that illuminates them. The shadows are the only things they have ever seen, and thus they believe these shadows to be the most real things in the world. This situation represents the state of human ignorance, where people accept incomplete and distorted information as the full reality. One day, a prisoner is freed from the chains. Initially, he is bewildered and pained by the light of the fire. As his eyes adjust, he begins to see the objects that were casting the shadows. He realizes that the shadows were mere illusions, and that the objects are more real. This initial stage of enlightenment symbolizes the discomfort and confusion that often accompany the first encounters with true knowledge. The prisoner is then dragged out of the cave into the world above. Here he is blinded by the sunlight but eventually comes to see the world in its full brightness. He perceives the real objects and ultimately the sun, which symbolizes the form of the good, the ultimate source of truth and reality in Plato's philosophy. This journey represents the philosopher's ascent from ignorance to knowledge and the discovery of the true nature of reality. The enlightened prisoner returns to the cave to rescue the others. However, upon re-entering the darkness, his eyes, now accustomed to the bright light, struggle to see the shadows. The other prisoners, still chained and immersed in their familiar shadows, ridicule him and resist his attempts to free them. This reaction illustrates the difficulty and resistance often encountered when challenging established beliefs and presenting new ideas. The cave represents the perceptual limitations and ignorance of human beings who accept the superficial reality. The shadows symbolize the illusions and false beliefs that people take for reality. The fire represents the artificial light of incomplete and deceptive knowledge. The objects casting shadows symbolize the true forms or realities that are imperfectly understood through sensory experience. The journey out of the cave illustrates the philosopher's path from ignorance to enlightenment and the challenges involved in seeking and accepting truth. The sun represents the form of the good, the ultimate truth and source of all reality in Plato's philosophy. Education. A student studying basic concepts may initially struggle with advanced theories. As they progress, they move from a simplistic understanding or shadows to a deeper comprehension, which are the objects in the sun, media, and perception. People often accept media representations or shadows as reality. Critical thinking and research can reveal the underlying truths or objects, leading to a more informed understanding of the world. Personal growth. An individual may hold biased or uninformed opinions, or shadows. Through self-reflection and learning, or the journey out of the cave, they gain a broader perspective and deeper understanding of themselves and others, which is like seeing the sun. Plato's allegory of the cave remains a powerful metaphor for understanding human perception, knowledge, and enlightenment. It challenges us to question our assumptions, seek deeper truths, and strive for intellectual and spiritual growth. The allegory's enduring relevance lies in its profound insights into the human condition and the transformative power of education and self-discovery.